Scissors, shoot.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Late nights, tired mornings. New hobbies alongside hours of mindless rotting. My cheeks hurt from a day of laughter. My eyes sting from crying about the future. Each day I look forward to the next. All its possibilities, memories waiting to be made, and growing pains to overcome. Months ago, I dreamt of crying on the beach to release everything. A summer of beach trips later, my face is dry. I feel good, happy, and yet a growing dread in me all at once. Everything is unpredictable, but at this very moment, I feel.
Whoa. Whoa. That's so good.
Thank you.
What the hell?
I got so nervous.
What the heck? Okay.
You were so quiet. So
Wow. No, I was like, you were saying words, and I was like, I was listening to them.
Oh.
But guys, we only had like 10 minutes to do this. That's insane. Which is, it's kind of crazy because mine is gonna be slightly different flavor. Here
Okay.
we go. That was really good, by the way.
Thank you.
How's it going? The world asks. Fine. I'm getting by. Fine. I'm feeling kind. I'm eating right. Fine. At 26, I can't complain. My grown-up brain has come to love how to play this silly game. A few months ago, I didn't know where to go or who to be. It didn't feel like I could be super free. I was stressed, a big hot mess, and I felt so less. But today I'm thankful, grateful for the friends and the family that helped me be proud of me eternally and happily. Now I feel truly me.
Nice. I see what you mean by it's a different flavor, but I do think that even if it's a different flavor, the words and like the message is still like very real. So I was like, when you said a different flavor, I'm like, do you mean it's a joke? But no, I feel like these are all things that you have been talking about over the course of like our conversation.
No, yours,
so I'm like, okay.
Yours was really good because it was like using a lot of like really good prose. I was like, okay, shit.
Oh, thank you. I was really worried because I feel like I don't read any poetry, so I was like, I'm like, none of this rhymes. I think my only exposure to poetry is like the open mics that we go to.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I only know I only can feel when something's good, but I don't know exactly what makes it good.
No, I felt that was good. You were like, beaches, dreams, whoa. Anyways, that was the challenge from last week. It was just to write about something and how we are doing currently.
Yes, yeah.
Welcome back to Fantastic, your favorite podcast that airs on Thursdays at 8 a.m.
Yes, I'm Joey.
And I'm Ian.
And we're siblings.
We're siblings, and we're also best friends. And lately, guys, I wanted to talk about my gym. The reason being was because I was at Costco earlier this week and I was getting magnesium pills because I heard that it's like really good for sleep. Mm-hmm. And I was asking the pharmacist who was like working, and I was like, oh, like, you know, like what are the different types of magnesiums? Because I saw like there was like 2 different types.
Yeah.
There's like magnesium, glueus, or whatever. Two different types of magnesium.
Lovely attempt.
Yeah, thank you. And then the guy goes, oh, like, do you take creatine? And I was like, oh. And cause he's like, because you look like you work out. And I was like, oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, now that you mentioned it, like, yeah, of course. Like, I've been working out. And I wanted to show you guys like how consistent. This is how it's been. I'll also put it up on the screen. Yeah. Right. It was like, okay, I'm gonna try going to the gym, and you could see like in January it's kind of consistent. February I'm like, okay, a little bit more. 3 times a week type of energy, right? And it's still kind of ass. Okay. March was a rough one. April was kind of rough.
Did you have like a membership that you were paying for at this point?
I did have a membership throughout all of this.
Whoa, okay.
And then June, it's like, okay, when is this guy going, right? And then again, I had the talk with my friend, and then now it's like 3 weeks of like
very
your
nice
everyday gym.
I'm excited for you now that it's a new month is starting.
Yeah.
I feel like it'll be even more exciting for it to be like the beginning of the month and the end of the month.
Just the whole month. And I just thought that was really nice because I feel like people have been, it's not the first time. At work, I was like doing some events for work, and one of the guys who, again, is like someone who I don't work with, but like I see them at the events because we basically serve them as our org. And he goes, random guy. He goes, hey, have you been working out? And I was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I'm so glad you noticed. And I think it's also interesting because when someone mentions something, you could assume that like other people have already noticed. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it takes a lot more action to actually
Like-
comment on a video, but like you could assume that other people are also thinking that.
Oh, got it. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
And so like when he said it, I was like, oh my God, who else is thinking
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
But you know, just isn't saying it. And yeah, it's been a good time. Honestly, like fucking going to the gym every day has been one of the best things that I did in the last month, and probably one of the best things I will do this whole entire year. And I hope to continue it for a very, very long time. I'm just seeing a little bit changes to my body in the sense of like I feel stronger.
Yeah.
Right. So like I'm doing an exercise and it might be like on 60 pounds, right? And then I go like 3 days later and I'm like, whoa, why is this so easy? And also like in my head, like that's my voice. I'm like, why is this so easy? But it's been so nice because it's like just being very consistent and I'm going and I'm like, what's really cool, guys, is that like I could see shadows on my body where I didn't see shadows.
I see.
And I think that feeling is kind of like, oh shoot, like who is this guy?
Yeah.
And it feels super empowering. And so I'm really happy that I'm doing that. But the story that I wanted to tell everyone, a couple of things. You can't have a gym crush if you don't consistently go to the gym.
What do you mean by that? Like you can't, like it's not allowed? Like you're saying no gym crushes for people who can't be
It's
consistent?
more just like I used to think that I would have gym crushes.
Uh-huh.
But instead, those people would actually be like gym celebrities, right? Because a crush is someone that you like have a chance with, probably. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I might go to the gym. Again, like I showed you guys. Like when I went to the gym, oh, the screen is still recording. Like when I still went to the gym, I would see someone and I would be like, wow, she's so pretty. She's so cute. Gym crush. Not really, because I would never see her ever again because I don't go enough.
Got it.
And so that's like number one that I learned. And so I wanted to talk a little bit more about my gym crush. And it was a funny story this week. It's because like so I have a gym crush, especially because I'm going more consistently, like at the same exact time every single day.
Yeah.
And I'm noticing that this person is there. And they're kind of like walking around. And I remember one day I told this story to Joey already, but I was at the gym and I've been there for like an hour already doing like biceps and triceps. And yeah, I know what the muscles are, guys. Anyways, biceps and triceps. And I was about to leave after this hour session and I see, like I was doing preacher curls and I see that she was like right, like in the machine in front of me. And I was like, okay, time to lock in. And I stay there for like another hour. And I'm not like a freaking creep, you know what I'm saying? But I think in my head, I'm just a little bit delusional in the sense where I'm like, she's probably looking at me too. She's probably doing her shoulder workouts looking at me as well. And I remember the funniest bit though, is that like when I usually finish my exercises by going to like the treadmill or the Stairmaster to do like maybe 10 minutes of cardio or 30 minutes if I'm not doing a lot of strength training. And she goes to the Stairmaster. I was like, oh, it's my turn to go to the fucking treadmills. So I'm at the treadmills. And again, the Stairmasters are like right behind me. So in my head, I'm thinking like this girl can see me. You know what I'm saying? And so on the treadmill, I'm like, I get ready and I set it up for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But I make the mistake of instead of putting the time, I put the speed.
As 10.
As 10.
And the scale from what to what?
I don't know. But 10 was fucking fast. And I remember I was like, oh shit, 10. And I started running. And again, she's like right behind me. And in my head, I'm like delusional, thinking that like she is seeing me run, right? And so I can't fucking stop because that's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like running. And mind you, I don't run, guys.
Yeah.
And so I'm like running. I'm like kind of winded after like 3 minutes. And I'm like slowly like decreasing the speed as it's happening just so that it's like kind of slowly. And then I'm like, okay, cool. It's like, it's fine now. It's chill. But I thought it was such a goofy moment because
Yeah.
it was just like a 10 minutes. Oh no, it's 10. But it was good. And I think like with the gym crush, again, I don't know who she is. I don't know her name. I don't know if they have a partner or not. And I want to keep it that way. I want it to be a crush because it genuinely is something that has motivated me to want to go, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's also nice because I don't know. So the way that I developed this crush, guys, is that I was doing glutes exercises. Like there's I need to grow my butt. That is the fact of the matter. And so I'm like trying to figure out how to do like these butt exercises. And there's one where you have to like thrust your hips up, and there's like barbells, weights. Who knows? I'm not sure. It's only been 1 month. And where like you thrust your hip up and you put like this belt on you. And she was doing the exercises, and genuinely I needed to do that exercise. So I was like, how many more sets do you have? Right? Because that's like the proper thing to say. And homegirl gave me like this smile, and I was like, whoa. Like in my head, I was like, oh, cool. But like, dang, her smile is something else.
No, one thing about Ian is that a good smile is going to get him every single time.
Deadly.
Every single
Freaking deadly. And so that was the jam. And I think like, I will say, the first time for sure I needed to do the exercise. The time when I was on the treadmill, I will admit, I was like, hey, how many more sets do you have? Did I need to do that workout? I ended up doing it just so I could like have that one sentence with her. And again, she hit me with a smile, and I fucking love it. And I love going to the gym, and working out is so fun. Obviously, it's for myself, 99% of it. 1% is for her. Shout out.
When you say you want to keep it as a crush, do you mean like you don't want it to be anything else?
In my
like
head,
you don't want to be friends, or are you
no.
saying like
I don't want to be friends.
Okay, got it.
Not
okay.
with her. I want to be more.
Oh God, I totally thought that was like I just don't want to be friends. Like I just want to keep it a crush.
I think like for sure I want to keep it a crush, but I think it motivates me because I'm like, oh, it's so nice. Like something I love about the gym, and what I've learned to appreciate is that it feels kind of like it gives me the same sense of community, like detached community, as like going to a rave. Like
everyone's there.
Yeah, when you go to a rave, like there's this feeling, or at least that I felt, where I'm like the atmosphere is so like cozy, and everyone is there to have like a good time, like very shared experience, but like you don't know who they are. But you could assume that they have similar kind of like intentions. And so the same thing with the gym is that like when I'm doing my like I don't know, ab workouts or something, and I like, you know, I'm seeing everyone in the gym. I'm like, whoa, everyone is here to like make themselves better and to like improve themselves.
Yeah.
And I think like with the gym crush, when I see her work out, again, I'm not like staring at her, but I'm just like she catches my eye.
She catches.
She catches my eye. Then I'm just like, okay, word, like this is cool. Like I'm gonna keep doing me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think something that would ruin that is if I see some guy, I'm like, fuck. It's like, you know, she's taken.
Yeah.
So I want to keep that delusion kind of alive.
Okay, I see.
But the idea is that like maybe one day it'll like be a little, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's such a good motivator.
Yeah.
I'm just like, man, I want to be super ripped to the point where she's like, whoa, who's this guy?
Like I've seen this guy transform.
Yeah. Bro.
No, I think
that
like
smile.
Yeah.
That smile.
I mean, like you just talking about it reminds me. I'm like, oh, it must be so nice to have a crush, because like a crush, like the best thing a crush can do is literally motivate you to be a better person.
No, for sure.
And like, not to sound like someone who like just lacks commitment, but there's just something so nice about how you don't have to commit to this person, and that they just still have that same motivation.
Yeah.
Because I do know that like when like friends have a crush, they like, and they actually talk to this person, they like start changing, and you know they improve, but then they also are down in the dumps, and like they get like their emotions are like up and down because like they're actually talking to the person, and like, oh my God, no, like they said something and I totally think they're not into me. But like when you have a crush from a distance, like a hallway like, crush, or like they're just whatever, like the delusion is so strong. And it's just untouchable.
Yeah, it's like you're manifesting and you're like imagining some sort of person. I'm like, man, she has a nice smile, she must have a nice character.
Yeah.
You know,
oh my God,
she's so consistent at the gym. She must be like a great person.
Yeah, like all these assumptions. Wait, like the way she does her hair. Gosh, she must have gone on a run earlier this day. Like,
yeah, for sure. What's also kind of goofy though is I have no idea how this girl's voice sounds like. Because the only time, like when you're asking someone for like, oh, like how many more sets do you have? Typically, they might just be like, with a one.
Yeah.
But all I know is she's like,
No. Oh my god. No,
that's
literally.
all I freaking got.
Okay. Like I have a friend crush, right?
Yeah.
And like I could like catch myself like thinking, I'm like, wow, they must be a great person. They must have like good values. They must be super kind. And I was like,
Yeah.
what does this person even sound like? What does this guy even sound like? Because I'm like so in my head.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
But yeah, I think that's also something. But I also will say, guys, like something that I wanted to do, and like I kind of am slowly doing, is that like one, I wanted a gym crush because I knew that would motivate me, and I wanted the gym to be a fun place for me to go to every single day. And so like I'm also making friends with the guys that are there, and I also have like, I don't know, it's not a crush, but I'm like appreciation. I'm like, bro, if I could look like that, like you know
Like
what I mean?
you have a guy that you're like,
No, there's like multiple guys who are there who I'm like, oh my gosh, like you guys look so good.
Yeah.
But it's been nice because I've been making like friends. I don't know if they're friends, but they're just
Like
like
acquaintances?
of being like, I don't know, like I pop a smile. I might ask someone for like what song they're listening to, and just
Yeah.
like be friendly. So that way when I go to the gym, like consistently now, I'm like, it's familiar faces, it's like familiar people, and it's like it's easier to like be consistent.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Literally, you were talking about how you wanted a community. I feel like you're slowly getting there.
Yeah.
And that was only done because of consistency.
That's only done because of consistency, and I gotta lock in. But it's been good. It's been 3 weeks of like fully going to the gym every single day.
Yeah.
And being active, and like it's also one last thing that I have to say about this is that like it's really nice because when I look at myself in the mirror, low key affirmations, like the affirmations kind of come, they like roll off the tongue.
Yeah.
Like when I'm doing like let's say like ab workouts, and I'm like doing crunches, and I'm doing a decline ab crunch. Yeah, guys, I know the terminology as well. Like it's facing the mirror, and so I'm kind of like, when I go back up and I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, you're beautiful. And I go back down, I'm like, you're pretty.
Are you like, they roll off the tongue because you know that you do look better
it.
and you like feel it?
Because I feel
Okay.
it, and it's like, because it's like it's the consistency aspect of it is that like when you have like some sort of discipline with yourself, and this
Yeah.
is like something that I was like, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm actually doing it, and I'm actually doing it like consistently, I'm just like, oh no, I like the way that I feel outside and the way that my body is transforming is like how I feel mentally, where I'm like, oh, I am like very consistent, and like I am doing this for myself, and like it does feel really good, and I am hot, like oh my god,
This is so nice to hear, because like your friend was saying like after 3 weeks you'll feel the difference, and I
Yeah.
think like it's interesting to mention that like that mentally you feel different, and then you can give yourself affirmations, but also that like there's a benefit to other people noticing, and that also makes you feel different,
Yeah.
So
There
I'm like-
definitely is like it does help that people have been noticing. And I think that like it's interesting too, because I'm also like, how can I take this to other parts of my life? And like how I'm like, if I could do this, I mean, damn, I could do whatever.
Yeah.
So I think like the cheat code, where there's a lot of older men telling a lot of younger guys, being like, hey, go to the gym. They were right. They were fucking right again.
Yeah.
A lot of things that they get wrong, for sure, I think. But for sure, this one, like if you're a guy, go to the gym. Like it'll boost your confidence. It's boosting mine, but it's like a slow burn. But it's like it's an everyday thing, so you can't rush it.
Yeah.
You just have to do it.
Word. Okay. Very nice.
Thank you.
I feel like you have a very good recap of
Yeah.
like that experience. For me, it was my first week of school. New school. And I guess like the main thing that I wanted to talk about was that, well, I guess there's two things.
Okay.
So I've been super busy. Like I feel like it's go time.
Yeah.
And I just don't have any time I feel like I don't have that much time to feel curious about things. And it's like kind of disappointing.
What do you mean curious about things? Tell me more.
Like I wish, like I think during the summer, or like when I have more free time, I'll like research things that I'm like interested in. So I did watch a couple of videos about like like the Japanese internment camps.
Okay.
And I also watched like how I think like 1,000 like 1,200 Jewish children like escaped.
Yeah.
I was like watching stuff about that, and I did want to like share, but I also like couldn't recollect and like take notes because I didn't have enough time. So look forward to that. I will do a deep dive because that was very interesting, and I really enjoyed watching videos about that.
Yeah.
And like I just wish I just didn't have enough time to like go deep into anything I was like interested in, just because I was like, oh, I have this assignment, oh, I have to do work, I have to do and I feel like my mind has been so scrambled, and I think it's given me more of an appreciation of when I had free time. But also on the other hand, I feel like it's really nice that I have so many things to do because it just keeps me moving.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of times I think like, oh, I need free time because that is the answer. Like having free time and having rest will like make me feel better. But most of the time, like the more I rest, and if I rest too much, I feel actually like worse and sluggish. And this week, even though it was like go time and I didn't have that much time to like really think or do stuff by myself, I did feel like a sense of like accomplishment, and like I felt really good about myself because I could just move forward and just do the next thing that I needed to do without it being like, without having all these like mental like, oh, I'm tired, like I don't want to do it. It's like, no, I need to do it and I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And then I did it, and I was just like, wow, I've done so much. Like you can do so much in a day, and I feel so good.
Yeah, I think there's a really good balance on like keeping the momentum that you have.
Yeah,
momentum. And I think when you're in school, it forces you to have momentum. It forces you to do things.
Yeah,
I think the hard part is like when you graduate, it's kind of like oh, it's so easy to just like lay in bed and not do anything, especially if you don't have a job. But that's cool. That's interesting. It seems like you're really busy.
Yeah, I am really busy. I was worried that like I'd feel burnout because I think
after a week.
No, not even after a week, but like we had to do a lot of editing this week, and I was just like, oh my god, I literally haven't gotten any sleep. My chest hurts because I haven't gotten enough sleep. But then also like
this podcast is not worth that.
No.
Come on.
That was just like a bad habit I had.
Okay.
Yeah, that was just like that was just
sleep.
me on my part. Ian told me don't do that, and I still did it anyway, thinking I'd be okay. No, I was not okay, and whatever. But I like recovered, and then I was like, oh, I'm never gonna do that again. And then also I'm like, oh, I still have time. Like I don't have to rush or like go crazy and go hard. But I also am acknowledging that I have enough energy to do so many more things than I thought I did. And I think that's like very, I don't know what the word is. It's like my mind is opening, you know? Like I'm unlocking something. Yeah. Because there's always this like vibe around. I guess like there's certain people that like I can be around and they're like, oh, we already did that. Like it's okay. Like we did one thing. It's fine. Yeah. But like now I'm noticing like, oh no, like it is possible. Ian's very much like this. Like Ian's always like, no, we have time. We could just do it. Like let's just do it now. And then I'm like, oh, it only took 10 minutes. It didn't actually need to take the whole hour I like allotted in my head. Yeah. And I think now I'm starting to build that skill. Yes. And that's something that like we were talking about before I had even started school. He was like, the one thing you should really learn how to do is like time management. And I think like this week I'm like, I'm kind of doing it.
A little bit. Call me Father Time. Call me Sister Seconds. I can't think of any more.
No, I literally couldn't. I was like, the second one, I was like, okay, he kind of ate with that. I actually can't think of another one to read.
It's fine. I think, that's a great skill to build, especially because like when you force yourself to do a lot of things, you're like, I could do those things. Yeah. Right? Like the same thing about going to the gym. I was like, oh, I don't have time to go every day. Bitch, what the fuck have I been doing? What have I been doing before going to the gym every day? Because literally I'm like, no, there is time. What am I doing? Like wasting my time, like doing stuff that like, scrolling on TikTok. While TikTok has banger content, like more than half the stuff, like 80% of the stuff, I forget the next day. Yeah,
that was like a huge thing that I was also realizing. I watched a video that I'll link here, but it's from our friend Matthew, and he was talking about how he quit social media, and one of the main reasons is because like he would scroll and then he'd forget everything except for like, I don't know, that one update that his friend posted that he went on a trip or something, you know? And I was like, holy crap. Yeah. Literally, why am I scrolling when I forget all the things, you know?
Yeah.
And like, also, one thing that happened was that like one of my classmates was like, oh, we have the same class. Like our class ended early, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have another class together that like starts like in an hour and a half. And she's like, oh, do you want to like hang out for a bit? And I was like, oh no, sorry, I actually have homework to do. And I was like, in my head I was like, I do have homework to do, yes. And then when I did it, I was like, wait, I actually got my homework done. Like, you know?
Wait.
And I think like
It's that simple.
Yeah, it is that simple. I know people say that there's like you should be saying no more if you want to like lock in.
Yeah.
And I think I kind of don't do that because I'm like always like, oh, so socializing, yeah, you know. Like I always like fold to socializing. But when I said no and I actually did my work, I felt so empowered. And I was like, I can pick and choose when I want to socialize, and it'll be fine because I'll see them next class.
Yeah.
Like it's not that big of a deal. And like the fact that I had gotten my work done, or at least a little bit of it, I was like, I literally have been wasting so much time.
Yeah, guys, what I'm hearing from Joie with this update is that she is on her way to transform herself to become a boss girl. She's getting stuff done. You know, she's like working on her art. She's doing her work. She's getting her classes done, and she's
Oh wow, my
just a transformation there.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, speaking of Joie,
Oh.
one of the updates that I have on here, or something that I wanted to talk about,
Uh-huh.
was that Joie and I had a really nice conversation last weekend after we had recorded this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And while we won't be talking about that one, I did want to say that I'm like really happy that Joie can articulate her words. And I feel like that is very underrated. But like to have a good friendship, like a deep friendship, I feel like you need to have common vocabulary and common like words, you know, with like the person that you're speaking with.
Yes, totally.
And be able to like really articulate how you feel or your thoughts on a particular matter.
Yeah, I think that's so important because like it's really hard to have a conversation that keeps going if you always have to ask like, wait, what do you mean by that? Sorry, what did you say? Like, Can you explain that? I feel like it interrupts the flow of like a conversation, and it doesn't get any deeper because you guys can't be like, oh my God, I was thinking the same thing. Because maybe you were thinking the same thing, but if you don't have the same language, then it's kind of hard to make that connection. Bing.
Yeah, and I think, bing.
Well, you don't have to make it sound pathetic.
And I think it's like, it's totally fine to be like, oh, like, what do you mean by that? For sure. But I think it's because like Joie and I have had such a long friendship that we have asked those questions.
Yeah.
And I think something that I wanted to ask you is that like, is it annoying? Because I remember when you were younger, I'd kind of force you, be like, what do you mean? Tell me how you feel. Like express how that is, you know? I don't know if you remember that, but I definitely remember that.
Yes.
Where I would get like really frustrated. I'm like, no, tell me how you feel. Like, try.
Yeah. I think it's how do I feel about it?
Yeah. How did you feel about it before, and maybe how did you feel about it now?
I think when I was when I was younger, and even now sometimes it still frustrates me because I'm like, well, because sometimes it comes from like you have a frustration to you where you're like, I need to understand you, but I'm like, why don't you get it? Just like understand me, you know? So it feels like we're just like two people, like two heads. What is it like? You know,
two butting heads.
Yeah.
Two. Yeah, no bit there, guys. Just keep it
like
moving.
I just feel like sometimes it can be frustrating because I feel like I'm explaining it. Like why don't you get it? But I do think it has helped us a lot in understanding each other and like deepening how we feel.
Yeah.
Like now I know like, oh, I shouldn't like just react. You can't read my mind. I think that's a big thing. Like you can't read my mind, so I need to explain it. And if you ask, it doesn't come from like it comes from a frustration that you don't understand me, but it's not like a frustration that like at me, you know?
Yes.
Where you're not like, oh God, you know, you're just like, what are you trying to say?
Yeah.
And I do think it honestly, it spills over to a lot of my friendships. And I've realized recently, or a couple days ago, my friend had asked like, oh, what is it like to have older brothers? And I think one huge thing is that like now I'm able to like see the differences between my friends and how my brothers treat me, and especially Ian. Like one thing he does is always try to understand what I'm saying and like have our communication be as clear as possible. But when I'm talking to a friend, I see them do a lot of like assumptions to whoever they're talking about. They're like, I can't believe he would do that. And I'm like, wait, are you assuming that, or did you ask him clearly? And like, I think sometimes it can feel really silly to be like, how can you explain how exactly you feel to me, because I am not understanding what you are trying to say. Like that can feel really silly. Or I used to think it felt silly, but because we've done it, or because you've done it to me so much, I'm used to hearing that question, and I'm also like comfortable giving that question back to someone else or to you. So I feel like, I don't know, I benefited from it, but it can be frustrating a little.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think like it's really important, because I remember when, again, last week when we were driving and we were having a conversation, I was like, this is so good. Like this, it's such a, I feel so seen, you know? And I think like I strive to have all of my friendships to, I don't think it can achieve the level of friendship that I have with Joey, just because like we're siblings and we're best friends. But like the depth of our friendship is such a beautiful thing, and I wanted to give that shit a shout out. You know, because like when we have conversations, I do feel like you want to understand me too. We're like, oh, like how do you feel? Like tell me more. You know, it's like, oh, like how about this or that? And it's like, it's not like, I don't want to say therapy, but it's more just like, oh, I know that you want to understand me, and I feel like at the end of it, I feel like my feelings are being understood. And I think I also want to translate that to like a future relationship that I have with a future partner, where it's like I want it to be like slow, knowing that like if you were to ask me my thoughts on whatever, right? That like my thoughts can change over time, and it's like a continuous conversation. And so like because of the relationship that I have with Joey, and also like a couple of articles that I read that like really changed the way that I think about relationships, I definitely want someone this is me now just spilling my my laundry list of what I want in a partner, is like someone who can like understand me, but like in a way where it's like slow. Slow, because like you want to take the time to be like, oh, what do you mean by that? You know what I mean? Not like it's, if you assume, then it's like fast. You know, because it's like, oh, like you probably are like this because, I don't know, you're an immigrant, or you're probably like this because you lived in X circumstance. Like I want to know exactly from you, and that takes a long time.
You know, that brings up like something that I don't like that people do a lot, where they like do a lot of assumptions and like, oh my god, you must be like this because you have, I don't know, A type of blood, you know? Like,
that's crazy. Are we talking about a Korean person here?
No, not a Korean person. I think just this is just a generalization of like how people tend to now like default to certain like traits or like certain, I don't know, identifiers to assume someone's personality, and then they complain about that person rather than like trying to really dig into that person and understand what they're like. I think one question you ask me a lot is like, what are you thinking about at this very moment? Or how do you feel at this very moment? And I think those types of questions really make you understand who I am, because it's not like I'm like loading you with all this information. It's just a casual question. It's like, oh, well, when I'm sitting down like in a regular setting, I guess I'm just thinking about this, you know? That's just something new that you learn about someone, and you don't have to assume that like, oh my god, they're making this face, so they must be mad at me. It's like, no, I'm just like actually thinking about how much I want a Hot Pocket. You know?
And
I have a face when like my face looks really angry when I'm thinking about food and I'm hungry, but I'm not angry at you, you know? Like,
I'm not even thinking about you. I'm just thinking about Hot Pocket. I think it's just like it was a nice thing that I definitely wanted to mention, because it was like a highlight of my week, in the beginning of my week, where I was like, oh, what a beautiful friendship we got, you know? Because a lot of different things, of course, we're like collaborators, we're best friends, siblings, but another aspect of it is that like I don't want to say force you, but like I've like asked you, how do I say this? You know what I mean? Where it's like, I don't want to say force, but like I kind of like, I don't want to say teach, because I don't want to take credit for all of it, but I also, it's like, you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't actually.
Where I'm just like, I'm glad that you're receptive to me being like, how do you feel? And like eventually it became something where it's like, oh, it's not an annoying point anymore. Like it's not an annoying point of frustration, but it's more of just like you're seeing why I wanted to do that.
Yeah, totally. I think if I didn't like it and I found it annoying, I don't think we'd be friends.
Yeah.
You know, but we are best friends, and I feel like I did end up liking it. I did end up appreciating it. I'm surprised that you mentioned this topic, because I actually ended up long week, remember? Okay, two things. I was missing Ian bad because like this was the start of the week was really good, and I was like, I haven't spoken to him because I'm so busy. Like I like called Ian and I was like, oh my god, literally just thinking about it and how we haven't hung out. Like, oh my god, I'm on the verge of tears.
Oh yeah, I was like, and again, it's not like it happens frequently because we see each other like literally every week. So I was on the phone and I was like, what?
Yeah, I was just like, I want to call him. I just wanted to hear your voice, you know, like. Yeah.
Yeah.
And alongside Ian, I have another friend. I'll just name Janet. I love you.
Name reveal. Yeah.
But I hung out with my friend at the end of this week, and I was literally like, oh my god, when I saw her, I was like, wow, what a delightful person. I love Janet. She's just so fun to be around, and like it is so important that I have friends that I really connect with, because this is a feeling that I like can't be replicated with like, I don't know, hobbies or like family, like specifically like meeting a friend, like seeing a friend that you haven't seen in a while, that's your best friend or your close friend, is just wow. It's such a nice feeling. We have the same language. I think one thing that Ian and my friend have in common is that I can make jokes with them and they have the same humor, and we can get really, really funny, but we can also be really serious and talk about our goals and our feelings and how like what?
No, it's just a funny scene in my head.
Like we can talk about very serious things and then also just laugh the next second. And I think that's super hard to come by, and both relationships had developed really slowly. But I'm just like really thankful that I have friends to lean on that I can be funny with and then also talk about my feelings and goals and like get personal. And they just really understand me, because it made me feel so much better, like just having like a lot going on in my head and like also just balancing and juggling a lot of things. I was like, okay, this is like why I'm alive. You know? This person really gives me energy. Like I can get through the day and it's okay.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. And I think I love those types of friendships, but it's like it's fun because like now that we have those types of friends, I acknowledge that it takes a while to get there.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But once you're there, it's like, oh shit, like we're here now.
Yeah. You know? Oh my god.
It takes a long time. It's not something that you can get with a new friend. But it's like there's this like deep appreciation when you're like you've known someone for years. They've seen you through like different periods in your life, different ups and downs, and you guys have like your humor has kind of like joined together a little bit. Like I'm thinking about my friend from New York who is like one of my closest friends, where it's like we have our own language and our own bits and everything, and it's just like but that took 7 years, guys.
Yeah.
That took a long time.
Same.
You know? But like once you know that they exist, you just want to like treasure them. You're like, please stay forever. Like, I'm gonna take care of you, boo thang. Like,
I was like holding her hand. I'm like, I'm so happy we hung out today. Like, you don't understand.
Yeah.
Okay, a little short story. Something funny that happened was that like Janet's been telling me like lately, she's like, Joey, like there's this person I met, he's so funny, like oh my god, you would get along with him so well, like oh my god.
Like what is this, like a friendship or like a
well here this is my okay, let's just keep going, right? So she's just like emphasizing it. She sends me his TikTok and like oh my god, I am dying, like I'm like my stomach hurts because he's so funny, you know. Like, literally, oh my god, LMAO. Like I understand why Janet keeps saying that I'll get along with him, like oh yes, he is funny. So she like mentions him a couple of times, and then now this is the beginning of the week, right?
Yeah,
we're now on like when we've hung out, which is the end of the week, and Janet's like, oh my god, yeah, you need to meet him. You and our other friend need to meet him. Like I want to try to plan something so all four of us are hanging out, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm like, back of my head, I'm like, Vanna, is she trying to set me up? Or like,
what you trying to do, girl?
Like, am I delusional? Like, I don't know. Like, is he as funny as me? Like, Janet, do you want him so bad because you like me? Or like I would get along with him because he's just like you. Like, which one is this? You know? And then she's like, we're just talking, and then she's like bringing up our other friend, and she's like, oh my god, you know, like maybe if our other friend like doesn't get into any, like doesn't have a relationship or doesn't find anyone, maybe I'll set her up with him.
Why not you though?
And in my head I was like, whoa, let me smack the idea down. Oh my god, I'm so silly. Why did I think she was gonna set me up? I got got so like not embarrassed because obviously like I can't be embarrassed in front of this friend, but I was like, silly me, what the hell? Who did I think I was? I was actually like, I'm a fool.
Did you have like did you think this person was cute though?
I thought he was okay. He's just really funny, but like
yeah.
you know, like, but Janet was just hyping him up so much, so I was just like, oh, okay, maybe,
Yeah.
you know, and maybe he looks better in person. Like, he's not ugly or like,
Fucking crazy.
sorry, but okay, let me like, mind you,
That's crazy.
he's such a funny guy where like all his posts are all just like comedic posts. Like none of them are like a serious it's always like you know, like the ugliest face ever as a joke. So yeah, and then then she was like, Joey, but I want to play Cupid, right? And I was like,
okay.
Where is this going? Like, now I'm like confused because she just mentioned our other friend, and I'm like, Janet, take that back. You literally said 2 seconds ago that you want to set this guy up with our other friend. She's like, no. I was trying to get at it that like, if you and him, you know, me. I was just like, okay. I don't know where that'll end up going if I end up meeting him.
Okay.
But I just thought that was so funny that she, like, my head was like, where is she going with this? He's really funny. Will I really like him? Like, the car.
Well, hopefully, like, you guys should go on a date.
Maybe.
It might be super fun, actually. I would love to hear your first date. That would be so fun to talk about. Okay, very cool. Well, I mean, I have one last thing that's been on my mind. Earlier this week, Joey said that we aren't clippable.
Yeah.
And that broke my heart. That broke my heart. It's not even entertaining. My achy, breaky heart. You guys like that? You guys like that singing? But yeah, I just thought that was really interesting. I'm not offended. I'm not sad.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, a little like when you said we weren't clippable, I was like, should I start being clippable? How do I talk in clips?
If he isn't eating the olives that you do not like, break up with him.
Guys, can girls and guys really be friends?
No, and that's literally what I'm saying, because at the end of the day, a guy and a girl being friends,
right,
and nothing happening, a little suspicious. So if
right.
your boyfriend has girlfriends, mind you, the space between the word girl and friends, I don't know, maybe drop him.
Right. And sometimes when we open the fridge and there's no ice, do we really think it's cool?
And sometimes if you comment on someone's hat,
it's like, what the fuck? Anyways.
No. Wait. Can I clarify that? Oh my God.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this has been on my mind, but I was worried. Like, I was like, do I air this out? Like, do I really want to?
Sure.
But basically, I have this classmate who, like, I was like, oh my God, their hair's nice, you know?
Yes, please tell us.
Right? Okay, Janet thought I should also say this too.
Yes.
She thought it was
Thank
really
you, Janet.
funny. But basically, so I have this classmate and they're a very competent person, right? And I want to, like, usually if I want to be friends with someone, I get very nervous. Like, I make myself very nervous because I'm, like, overthinking. I'm like, I would want to be friends with them so bad, but how do I start a conversation? You know, like, I'm, like, losing my mind.
Yeah.
And I ended up starting a conversation with this person, and I was like, we were talking about design. I was like, this is going well. And a couple days ago, prior to this was, like, on Wednesday. On Monday, I had thought, like, oh, this person's hair is really nice, you know? And I was going to say something, but I didn't have the chance to because, like, we just didn't sit close to each other. And I was like, okay, it's, like, kind of weird to say.
You're not going to fucking stand up from across the room and be like, hey.
Boom, 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 thud, thud, thud. Hey, I think your hair looks really nice. You know, I'm not going to do that. Yeah. And in my head, my voice is deeper, yes. Okay. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll say it the next day because we have class the next day. The next day happens. They're wearing a hat, and I'm like, I can't say it. I can't say they have nice hair because there's no hair. There's no hair to look at. You know, like I can't say it. Also, mind you, I'm still thinking, gosh, I want to be friends with them so bad. You know, like, I should have a conversation with them. Like, right. Man. And then Wednesday comes along, and I'm like, now I have I have a conversation going on with this person. Yo, clap for me.
Yeah.
We're talking about design stuff, and then I'm like randomly like, oh, by the way, your hair is nice, because this person wasn't wearing a hat. Okay,
Not
right,
today.
right? And they were like, God, okay. They were like, wait, are you serious? And I was like, yeah, I think your hair looks really nice. And they're like, you sound really sarcastic, Joey. Are you serious? Because I don't really like my hair. And I'm like, no, it looks really nice. Like, I thought it on Monday, but because your hair was nice. I saw it on Monday and I thought your hair was really nice. So I was going to say something, but I couldn't. So on Tuesday, I was going to say it, but then you were wearing a hat. So then I couldn't say it. So now I'm saying it now. And I mean it. And they're like, oh, thank you. And I was just like, what the fuck? Oh my God.
You know what? That's like really cool because you for sure needed the explanation.
No,
like the explanation is like, wow, she's so thoughtful. Like she really thinks about my feelings.
and this is okay. I was actually like, when I said after, we ended up going back to our original conversation. So I was like, it's fine. But when I told Ian, he was like, what the fuck? And I was like, what do you mean, what the fuck? Gulp. Like, I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? He's like, why would you, like, that sounds like it's been on your mind. I'm like, no, it's just because I've seen him 3 days in a row.
No, because I was about to tell you like on Monday, but I cut it, and then you were wearing a hat on Tuesday.
Literally, what the heck? Like,
Bro, if I was that guy, I'd be like, whoa, she thought about it on Monday, but it's been like 3 days now. Like, what?
No, and then when I told my friend, right, she was like, why'd you do the explanation part, Joe? I was like, no, you need to be the one who supported. Janet.
Guys.
She's literally like, but no, maybe he just thought you were thoughtful. I'm like, Janet, but if a guy did that to you, would you think he's a weirdo? She's like, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
So then the plan is that I will only speak to him if he wears a hat again, so I can just be like, you're wearing a hat again?
That's crazy. That's crazy. Joey's out here fucking scheming. She's like, oh my God, I can't wait to
literally, I was like, I can't speak to this guy ever again because my 2 best friends reacting like that, like, I'm cooked. Not both of them being like, what the hell?
No. It's totally valid. Guys, at this part of the podcast, comment below Team Hat Guy. Just so that everyone else reading the comments could be so confused.
Yeah.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
I'm like, now I can't even be friends with him because now this just like, this traumatizing. I'm just never.
The next time final bit. The last time he like wears a hat, Joey goes up to him and is like, oh my gosh, you're wearing a hat. Like I totally planned this. Anyways.
No, like what is it? Like in September 10th, I literally thought.
Okay. Cool. All right, let's wrap it up.
Hello, welcome back to the comment section. We haven't done this part in a while, but we're bringing it back because we like it. So yeah, and today's comment we're reading is from Matthew Read Us, and it's coffee is a drink I don't like to drink. Ha ha ha. Nice episode, guys. I like how you are making it more about your growth rather than topics. It seems like you're really pumped about it too. We are actually really pumped about it. I also like the B-roll and the little snippets where you're acting out something funny. LOL. I'm enjoying watching this podcast grow.
Thank you, Matthew.
Thank you. Thank you for noticing it. Thank you for noticing that we're adding segments. And
yeah, I think for the segments part, it's kind of like we fucked around a little bit. We tried a lot of different formats, including doing shorts, including doing skits, but nothing feels as natural and as fun as doing a podcast with bits. That is like a peek into our imagination.
Yeah, very nice. I'm really excited for our bits to level up. Feel free to comment something. Do you have any ideas?
For this week, we would like you to comment the name of the person who brings you joy.
Yes.
Just put the name of the friend, because we did talk about friendships in this episode.
Yeah,
about
we gushed about our friends a
little.
little.
Long-term friends that kind of like brings you like energy when you talk to them. So just put their name down, and then also maybe like just put the like why you like them. They'll never read it, but it'll exist in the video comment section of this video for all of eternity.
Yes. Okay, that's all for today.
That's all for today. Back to the episode.
Bye.
updates on projects. I started sewing. Like I mentioned last week, I said that I would take the sewing stuff that we had and take something that I had and then change it to something that was better. Tried it. So it was actually quite terrible. I'll send a photo here. I tried to make it shorter, but then I put it on and it was like up to like my belly button. So
Okay, crop top. Okay.
a little bit of slay.
A little bit of skin showing. Okay.
A little bit of that. No, I still got like a lot of belly fat, so we out here.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna keep on working on that. What else, Jay? Did you have a project update?
My project update is that I hadn't been working on it because of school, but I will get on that grind now because I'm noticing when I have free time. So I'm like,
Cool,
no.
cool. And then the challenge for this week. Drum roll, please. Goddamn. We are going to make something crafty. Yes. So it could be as simple as a card or literally anything you want to do. But it's just something crafty. It could be for a friend. It could be for you. It could be for your family, whatever. And the reason why is because earlier this week, I have this frame that's like right above. I'm not showing you guys yet. I have this frame that I got from IKEA. And for the longest time, it was just like the IKEA sticker that was on the other side.
Yeah.
But this is what I made. Are you ready? Are you ready, guys? Are you ready? You know what I fucking hate, actually? Like those TikTok videos where like the people aren't showing their art and it's for like the longest time.
Yeah, it's the slowest turn.
It's like the slowest turn, and then they're about to show it, and then they start going off to a different. I hate that. I literally hate that. Anyways, so I've been working on this. I worked on it for like an hour, and it was just like something fun while I was watching One Piece. Anyways, so here it is. Anyways, One Piece. Boom. Can you see that? Can we see that? I think there's like a lot of glare, but it's basically just like a simple art piece that I made out of construction paper and heart.
Do you want me to hold it for you?
Yeah, sure. So it's called 2 Stars, and that's basically all it is. It's 2 stars and then a bunch of other things that I put together, and it says art right here with exclamation points.
Are these tulips?
These are, yeah, I love tulips. And then that's pretty much it. But now it hangs on my wall and it's forever there, and now I have something on that frame. And I was like, oh, we should do something creative this week or like do some arts and crafts.
Okay, very nice. I'm very excited. Okay.
So that's it. Thank you for tuning in to our podcast again. This is fantastic. We are a podcast in pursuit of life's joy.
Yas. Okay. Bye.